Yeah, I think Jordan River is the mission of Jordan River is to help people, change in a direction, that aligns with a particular mission. We're change agents. We happen to be running a business that helps organizations build a vehicle that makes a difference in people's lives and has a valuable business proposition as well. But I think the core of Jordan River, um, it's about becoming. It's about the story of doing it now too. Like I think we thrive in the space that we can research ourselves right into the grave. And there's something about Jordan River that says, listen, we're talented enough to do quick research and then sort this out on the move, man. We got to go. We got people to save today. We got companies that need to launch stuff that's going to be transformational today. And so I think the spirit of Jordan River is in that as well. It's wherever we were going to point, that would be a theme. Reaching capability, taking on big challenges, becoming all we could become, and helping others become all they could become. But doing it today, and putting our track shoes on, and saying we're talented enough to stumble and right ourselves, to turn left after we turned right because we found out we needed to. Those are things that we're skilled and capable of doing, I believe. And through that, we're helping individuals through helping companies. And I think that's what Jordan River Living is really the pursuit of the multiplication equation too. It's like I've run a couple consumer focused businesses, and that's very meaningful because you're touching right at ground level, but it's slow, and so we're really committed to saying, hey, if I can work with a company that serves 1,000 people and another company that serves 10,000 people, like maybe that's part of the equation here, and we'll work through companies to reach the people we want to reach. Yeah, I mean, we've done a couple things. We kind of got our legs under us through working with leaders, and so that was the first bit. But we're a faith-based organization, and so I think the name Jordan River kind of came to life just because we love using that analogy of sitting in one place and kind of looking off, like the biblical reference of the Israelites, kind of looking at a desired place and kind of dreaming about it and saying, I wish I could, and that would be great if we only could, or I wonder what it's like over there. That seems like it'd be pretty cool over there. And they did that. The reality of that whole story, if you dig into it, is they could have, instead of wishing, they could have experienced, and they were their own barrier. And the barrier that was there physically, of course, was the Jordan River. And so that barrier served as their life barrier to only think about and not actually experience what, in this case, God had already provided for them. And so I think that analogy is so cool because we do that in life so often. We spend so much time thinking about the future without actioning the possibility of the future. I wish, I think, and that can be crippling. It's great to plan, and it's wise to plan, but if we spend so much time wishing for something we kind of see off the distance, we're actually just communicating to the world that we don't have yet. Wishing is the absence of, right? And so you just kind of give that vibe off, and it gets a little viral. And so that's really the name of the Jordan River. I think the intensity, maybe the pace of our mission and our core and our culture is more seated in my firstborn daughter. Her name was Jordan, and she passed away a few years ago in a car accident. And the spirit of her was quite tenacious as the oldest daughter, and just kind of always just out there. Kind of now is the only important moment, and there was a part of that was neat, and part of that was really frustrating as a father. Of course, it's like, no, temper that down. We need to plan. We need to think. We need to prioritize. And she was always the spirit of just like, Dad, it's like, this is the only moment that matters. Like, come on, be in the moment. Let's go. So there's a part of that's infused in our brand as well as we put those two stories together. The intensity that there's probably 10 million older adults that are underserved with an opportunity to join a membership that really solves a lot of problems for them. And we can read about it in 25 years because somebody else took this on, or we can start trying to save and impact lives today. We don't have all the answers. We're sorting things out. We're doing some things today differently than we did them just 12 months ago, and we'll continue to do that. But we got to start moving. We got to start moving right now.